Uh, Last year against Florida Tech, it was kind of your coming out party a little bit, even though you said you wouldn't take those yards. But 170 yards, 10 carries, big night. What do you remember about that game?
I remember we had a good scheme. We had a good scheme from the coaches how we was going to block against Florida Tech. And then most of all, the offensive line, they blocked very well against Florida Tech. And then once we got the run going, the pass opened up pretty well, which also opened up the run once again. So it all fit in. So us as a team, we just got to trust in what the coaches is instilling in us and believe in it. I mean, the last game, because we was down by West Georgia at halftime, it affected some guys and they began to put their heads down. But they got to realize teams this year in the GSC, everybody, and it's not too many slouch teams. Everybody's pretty good. So every Saturday we got to come out and do our best every Saturday.
So what do you know about this Florida Tech team?
Don't know much about them. I know they started last year and everything and really started actually playing football, but other than that, don't really know much about them.
What have you seen on tape? I know the quarterback's putting up big numbers, so tell me a little bit about him, and your concerns as a DB facing him.
The quarterback is a very good thrower. He's young, but take nothing away from him. He's got talent. He got an arm. He's got a gun. He's not afraid to throw it up, and he trusts his receivers, and his receivers, he'll go get it. So, we got to be on our P's and Q's and, make sure we dotting our I's and crossing our T's. But I got all faith in my corners and my other safeties, and, I got all the faith in the world in those guys, and I know if I put them on the island, they'll handle their responsibility. We just got to trust each other. We just got to continue to grind, continue to push, continue to love each other, love the coaches love us, and, coaches love each other, and just got to continue to trust each other and trust the coaches and trust that the scheme works and trust that we can climb out this hole, and I believe that we can because, we have before. This ain't our first loss of the season, and the next week we won that game. So I got all the faith in the world in Coach G and all my coaches and all my teammates, love those guys, and I'm going to battle hard for them, and I know they're going to do the same for me.
So you didn't get to play against this team last year, but you know about guys that play high school football in Florida. So you would expect them to be pretty good football players?
Speed. Speed, that always Florida speed. That's not a myth, we do got some burners out there, but, it's always, and they love competition down there. We love to play football, love to play the game, and love to compete, and it's going to be the same thing. But, it's like that everywhere you go. Alabama's a great state for football, and coming from Georgia Southern, that was a great state. Wherever I go, it's always great football players everywhere, so we got great football players here, so we're going to bring our A game. I know they're going to bring theirs.
It's great to be coming back, to Tiger Stadium and getting a conference home opener, and against a very good Florida Tech team who's much improved from what they were a year ago. And they went out to Texas and beat Tarleton State, who was 12 in the country at that time. And they're playing good football. Played Bethune-Cookman to a one-point game, and had some mishaps there late in the Delta State game, or that one would have been much closer. But they're playing good football. We're in a position now where we got to take advantage of every opportunity we got. We have to, literally fight off the wall, and we got to seek that first conference win.
But the Cato kid at quarterback is putting up some pretty big numbers.
He is, and he's playing pretty good. And for a redshirt freshman, he's playing very well. He's playing more like a veteran than he is a first-year guy. But he's got some good guys surrounding him too. Their offense has been putting up some numbers in general, and something we're going to have to definitely rein in.
What do they do defensively?
Defensively, they run an odd front. Is what they base out of, so that, that's a little bit different for us. We haven't seen a true odd front yet this year, so that a few new things for us that we gotta. It just tweaks our rules a little bit, and then they'll get in a 4-down front too, and show us a lot of the stuff that we've been seeing. So they fly around on the ball and to the ball on defense and play tough. So
how do our guys respond this week?
So far so good. We came out Sunday and had a pretty sharp day. Guys are. They're upset we lost, which is good. That means it means something to them, and then they're collectively bouncing back together. And that's the goal. How do we respond? Do we grow closer from it and move forward and get better from it? And I think that's the path we've chosen. That's definitely the path we've practiced with this week.